Ablade abi wananye eko ngmene show biniji nyongmai enyo ke enyo ma wenyo ye afi akpe enyo nyongmai enyo ke ikpamni na share ni shamene wabwana woke bahanye share ne keji ote Facebook ke YouTube obanya kwa ye Mbn 360 minaja modote shidani wababote sajam nie nyeha wakwa oti ye ni ye share ekome.
Fio akuwe ewie keshi amralwe ake ameharani amliye jalegbeno ye akunta mining losu mjetiricha sanemni ye shikake jawayili sanjamnie Ghana shikato ye wulue esa ekwe gold board shikawa money afomnie bemni ni ajio MPC meeting alohe na abua moshishi ni ye mansesa jamni we amaniabo ihawali ake amomo polisi foi enyo ye Nigeria man je gbeno nyonshiniye mosheyi ye anti-corruption chief alo onupade
Sanjene meke kukume ahijino nyebanu yeshani ne adafitwaa agbene sanjene die nchemni mbote mone mefio aku yemla wokpe he ewie keshi amralwe ake ikemla minchuni ye ni amlin haramogbeno kenye high court kojomose yesane ni ko ma ke Bernard entry boy si akun ke akunta limited alo the Republic versus Bernard entry boy si akun and akunta limited.
Ye momni yemla wokpe he nyejufo mefio anada lose kwelolo deputy minority leader anunyamo Patricia IPJ wie ake amralo efana ni oyani e akleki oshi heniwa keje bale ake amenfe noko kenshi opposition alo NPP maslenata omokuwe anunyamo IPJ chomling ake sane ni ya no eyefi amomokomelo awo mokochun ikeke monima kelo democracy edamohemo keyeli ni mefio akuweyo yemlai ni ofan ke pepepe ni akechuoni yemefe me anomli.
The minority would do whatever is lawfully and properly within its power through parliament and through public advocacy to see that justice is done and that the defects which have robbed the judgment of its legitimacy are corrected. 4 serious defects run through this case, and each deserves nation's full attention. First, the denial of a council of choice. We understand that judgment was delivered despite the absence of Chairman Wintume's lead counsel, whose office had notified the court of a prior professional engagement abroad. Second, the refusal to refer serious constitutional questions to the Supreme Court. The trial judge decided for herself that Section 99 2B of the Minerals and Mining Act was, in her own words, clear and unambiguous. Third, and perhaps most vulnerable of all on the law, is how the court pierced Akunta Mining Limited's corporate veil to convict Chairman Wintume personally. The judgment convicted Wintume and the company separately on separate counts, using reasoning that treats them as one and the same. A court cannot dissolve a company to convict the man. Fourth, selective justice. In July of last year, the Attorney General directed an investigation into the NDC's own national organizer, Mr. Joseph Yami, and its vice chairman, Mr. Yakubu Abanga, over allegations of illegal mining. Months later, there is no comparable update on charges or trial dates. Sitting government member of parliament has publicly acknowledged overseeing a mining site taken over from its lawful owners with no prosecution to date. And an NDC member of parliament charged over an anti-Galamsey clash was granted bail within days. This pattern, taken together, sustains a reasonable perception that the machinery of the state moves fastest and lands hardest when it is pointed at the political opposition. A government serious about ending selective justice must prosecute its own with the same vigor it has shown here.
Yamlawo pe here no me fio akuwe minche ni fan ke pepepe femo wulu abagbeja no to ni kudos ni jetiri chani enyi alo Galamsey sajiami.
Me fio anada lose kwelo Deputy Minority Leader Patricia PJ Mbn Adafitwaa Ii Mam like bejano to niyo sulinjetiri chani eyi mlife amekeba fodran ni ebi ni kojolo aku abomoden ake ameba yemlai ano pepepe ni amejie ni amli esa eche Ghana bi ni menfe abomoden ake ameba bi ni jale eya eha mofemo keji ekwe mokoje NPP low NDC masenata omukuwe mlie akagbala mokoto efe boni abagbala mokono.
We therefore call on the Attorney General to publish the state's enforcement record on illegal mining across the political spectrum. We call on the Court of Appeal to scrutinize the denial of counsel, the refusal to refer, and the veil piercing with equal and unflinching record. We call on the judiciary to reaffirm the threshold for constitutional referral, with express regard to the Supreme Court's own decision in the Zanato case. And we call on all Ghanaians of every party to insist that the standard which cleared Mr. Chikase's name in 2016 be demanded with equal conviction today. Let us be clear about what this statement is not. It is not an attack on the judiciary as an institution. It is a call for consistency, for constitutional fidelity, for a justice system that inspires confidence across the political divide and not merely within it. History would not remember this moment for the length of sentence. It will remember whether Ghana, when tested, chose to defend the Constitution for everyone or only for the power of the day. We choose everyone. We choose the Constitution, and we will be judged rightly by whether we meant it. Chairman Wun to me is a political prisoner.
Traditional Medicine Practice Council alo TMPC ku eje gbejano to kenichu moshishi ya shante pepano ni amefa shipon chofa femo hei enyo na amekpa nichumo yemlaya no tomo hiwo nichumo kui enyo ne amani abofe lefang ake amegbegme wojin egboy ni ameke me nichuo ni enwe je hiwale papa na monichulo ijiame.
First and foremost, let me thank you all for the services that we are rendering. So, TMPC is the body mandated by government to basically look at promotion, regulation, and the control of traditional and alternative medicine practice in Ghana. So, we are mandated to ensure that practitioners who are providing these services, such as running herbal clinics, herbal shops, Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, chiroprathy, Ayurveda, yoga, massage, they are licensed to be able to provide these services. So when you come, you are supposed to check to find out if you have the necessary licenses to operate. Once you don't have them and you fail to provide those licenses, we are forced to temporarily close down the place. to give you the opportunity for you to prepare yourself to come to the council and initiate processes to register your premise. And this is one. It is basically to ensure that there's public safety. Two, there's public awareness and there's public trust that the providers of these services, they are qualified. They are not just people who have just opened these premises with the intention of profiteering. They have opened the premises with the intention of providing safe and better health care to the general public. So thank you very much.
Chajajame wakawanye bacho ni kasemo gbenie mansolo ni ko ni kasemo sajiano anunyamo Haruna Idrisu ejelekpo ake susumoye kebagbele National Standardized Test alo kamni kefele oti keboligana ka ni school bi ni o mangoi enyo ejeke ekpa chomomlie ha anabu ni ewoye ni kasemo mi bona fe ni anye achimo kesa ni kasemo ishishikwen kebolima.
As you notice, begin with learners in primary 2, and rather than testing different groups of people of each assessment circle, the same cohort of learners will be followed through, so from 2 to 4 to 6, so that we can measure the progress of that cohort over the years before they get to write BECA. We're planning to escalate and upscale the national standardized tests across the country because we want valuable evidence to test foundational learning. You all saw the answers to the basic question, history class. Who was Ghana's first president or Ghana's first president of the First Republic? They all got it right with Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But when it came to when Ghana gained her independence, maybe because of the tension of the minister present and the tension of all of you around, they struggled. Ghana needs to realign and reinvest in basic foundational learning.
Yeah, ni kasemo hegbeni no mansolo ni kwa di kasemo sajano anunyamo Haruna Idrisu esa ebi na hale afikome ni ekejaje na agbai ni yo ananu gbajano school haramo alo computerized school selection care placement system emli.
Yeah, remomli ye government accountability series ni femo no mansolo fele fang ake na agba ni yano ye senior high school placement lo jaramo mlie efe ahunto fio neke no mefe kento nutrumodade ni be keme ayini efachon yewo lo me babao ni me bigbeke akase ni yewo.
In truth, we have not had the resources to respond head on to this challenge. In order to resolve it, we need adequate resources to expand infrastructure by way of classroom blocks and then lecture theaters. That is why the Star J was introduced. So you may have to give me another 1 year, then I'll be better off in resolving the school placement issues. I understand that some sensitization work is ongoing between the Free Senior High School and the CSSPS Secretariat to get parents aligned.
Yes, Sajinkoko me amlie mansolo ni ko akuruwai majiacheme ke Solimo Sajin ano anunyamo Ahmed Ibrahim eshi Accra Metropolitan Assembly lo AME kono ye hiwaleni amekewu ameshika sajamli ke fale femo ni chumochoni ni amehie hiwo.
I'm extremely delighted this morning seeing young Ghanaians working to deliver good services to the people they serve. Like the mayor has stated, He is not a man of many words, and he is flanked by hard-working directors and staff in the Accra metropolitan area. We are here purposely to commission the trust that you see behind us. He has not been in office for a long period. He's been in office for only 18 months. And in these 18 months, we are here today to commission this sanitation equipment. I know this is not the only work he has done. As a local government minister, I see the panoramic view of all the 261 assemblies. The problems he inherited, I know. How the AMA account was canvassed, I know. How judgment debt was involved in them, I know. How he managed to pay even legal fees of lawyers AMA could not pay before he came to office. How he managed to be able to pay the legal fees of the legal officers for the assembly, and how he managed to pay legal fees for the lawyers of the assembly, to organize them to face the legal challenges and cases that the assembly were confronted with, and to rescue the assembly from judgment debts, and to start paying some of the judgment debt that he inherited. And now AMA has been stabilized, has been rescued. The assembly is working together, and not only that, now they are procuring sanitation equipment. Sanitation being the main bane or the main problem of the Accra metropolitan area. Clearly, the mayor and his team needs to be commended. Today is a very
Chewon chashe moe ano manhebuloi alo polisi fo ini yote ikpopa ano eje nuchumo koshishi kemi palo kane ni esa kegbemoi ni achao ake LED fog lights strobe lights ke sirens ye chonjin wujin ahie ke chondo no ameke kokobo ha chonde kudoloi fe oha ni yokasoa akucho bemle ni aje kane ni esa ye chonjin ahie ke fata modembo ke ba ha gbeno sheshe namo aya ehie ni Ake Road Traffic Regulations 2012 Law LI 2180 Achunim.
The law has been in the books since 2012, and the laws are quoted like LI 2180, Regulation 74 and 65. These are the laws which guides us on the way or on our roads according to issues of lights. The problem here is people are abusing the lighting system on their vehicles. They are buying unapproved lamps and add to the original lamps on the vehicle. And this is causing problems on our roads. Some of them are very strong that when they are lit, it blurs your eye. You can't see well. Sometimes you have to park your car. And it leads to accidents on our roads. And so we are enforcing these laws to make sure that the factors leading to accidents on the road, part of it is caused by these lamps. And so we are embarking on this exercise to make sure our road is safe.
Wabada mushemo neno ni wafu wa ike wakuwose wakia shikakia jawaili sanje baba hanyi kachiwi.
Hallowed be be among the Christians that are wicked.
And yet, it's a side Christian.
They see people that need help. They will never help you.
To God be the glory. We invite you to be with us this Wednesday and every Wednesday, because Wednesday is worship and word service, what we call ministry service. Anybody that want to do something for God, you want to offer your life for God to be used, and you want proper training and learning and teachings, Wednesday is for you. And I'm inviting you, especially wherever you are watching this from, Wednesday, let it be a major service that you are going to learn how to be used of God mightily in that house of God while you are alive. Look, if you are looking for any information, call the numbers, and we want to encourage you. Avail yourself. There's one thing Jesus told his disciples, which is you and me. You can gain the whole world. If you lose your soul, it means nothing. And I want to encourage you, be part of Wednesday ministry service. God bless you.
Shida plejo no ake okowo yobe ye Mbn Adafitwaa no okobaje shi ye shika kejara yeli sanjam nie Ghana shika to ye wulue Law Bank of Ghana ewie ake amehe segbalamo keje shika wamo ke ha Ghana Gold Board shika churu money fe momli ba fe no ko ti ye ni amebachu ye ame 131st Monetary Policy Committee meeting alohe na bo amoshishi.
Onukpani Damogana Shikato Hewulue na Alo Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama Susu Yinto Keba for pre-financing Keha Gold Board Shikachuru Hemomli Kecho Ghana Shikato Hewulue ni homo niji auction bejanoto no ake chake mokliko ni eba ye domestic liquidity ni femoe amling.
Remember, at that meeting, the committee noted that the interbank rate had shown the persistent stickiness at the lower bound of the policy corridor, and the revised cash reserve ratio framework was designed to address this. Colleagues, staff will need to establish in their presentations whether the alignment of short-term market rates with the policy rate has since improved, and whether further refinements to the operational framework are warranted. Now, there's a third issue the committee will also have to consider, and that is the changing composition of domestic liquidity. The cessation of bank pre-financing for gold board purchases. This removes one source of liquidity injection at a time when private sector credit is expanding quite rapidly. The committee must assess what this implies for the calibration of the current stance.
Noni wakebagbe na yeshika kejara yeli sajam liye Ghana Statistical Service kefondrang ake afinika afino producer price inflation niji PPI beshi keshe ohamninja eteke ese enumo alo 3.5% ya otukwaja nyomli afine keje ohamninja enumo ke ise ekpanyo ye agbe na nyomli.
On average, producers were charging 3.5% more than in June 2025. That's down from the 5.8% in May 2026 by 2.3 percentage points. Now, month on month, which compares June 2026 to just the month before, prices actually fell by 3.7%. Producers on average charged less in June than in May 2026. What drove this? One word: mining. Mining and quarrying is our largest sector, and its yearly rate dropped sharply from 11% in May 2026 to just 2.6% in June 2026. That single shift pulled the whole index down, but not everything cooled. Manufacturing rose from 0.8 to 3.5%. Electricity and gas climbed 12.5%. Transport and storage reached 10%.
Wabafo ishkomeko nke wakunwose wakwahiye ba chomanse konu wakono nete na unye jeme.
Hata wodi some look faso. Baba, me again. Nessa we yale. Me kwa dwuma mo hia me ti. Mentimi ansent my friend doctor kwa wona mkwaso oba. Share na kwa. Si wo gusu ani. She has malaria. Malaria. Oh, what they say we dey router. Me kope bia brem sisi. Aduro ne friend router mixer. Ye ka malaria aduro a. Enu ane router. So Gat trap and the draw ku abaso body ase. Wabo router mixture abaso. Router natural products no ne router mixture. Ya e de kutie atiri. Router tonic and the router life for. E huhuru e feel side body e feel nipadua mu. Nasa support immune system no. Router de obi ase ye. FDA age dwedie nkrato ya tu.
Nunu wakabaje shi kegbina ye manse sanjiniji wana gbeshe momlie amani abo ihawali ake amomo polisi foi enyo ye Nigeria ni amemi nchomoni amli gbele momli fese ni amebinyo shini shayi ye manupa nikoju ke fon sanjin alo anti-corruption chief day bemli ni amewa ichoni
amomo polisi foi enyo ye Nigeria kenye amani abo se ake ametu ameyin aka amebahe nyonshini yegbejegbehe keje ma anti-corruption agency onupade akeni amelele hiwon amaniebo fele fang ake polisi foi ne amomo amefese ni amewa nichumoche nupa niko anti-corruption agency eno pemli ni amenchu ameni yegbejegbehe ni ebalake amembishika kenje onupanede dani amenmelegbe ni efa ichone ekeya ehie nekesa nene eha wiemo nke kada agbamo ewo ehino ye police foi anuchumo akonta abumi keju ke fon kenyoshini hemo ke agbene egbejano to ekemlai kenichumo ye ma afabanfo nichumo ku short ni o Nigeria mi onupa eke ni amlingbele moy ejeshishi momo ni noni ameke fon dranjia ke ma hebulo fe ma hebulo ni ba fe no koni esa lo eja yemlana che no koni amebakmele no kra sanene ba bemi ni Nigeria ma kan yemi bomode kemi wo ameju ke fo saji amlingbeja no to e amli ye wale ke hani he mo ke yeli asa aba ma ni chumo ye short e amli ekon.
We have about 4 policemen in custody as we speak, who tried, not just tried, but successfully extorted somebody of high importance, unknown to them, that this person is a highly placed person in the society. In fact, in clear terms, they extorted, mark my words, extorted the chairman, what do they call them? ICPC.
Yo abladi abibe bi energy hini be bango ogbenu wokeshani na hyemoy awa shidanu obaya nya ha awa kwa otiye nijikwe hyemoy amin ekon
Mefio akuwe ewie keshi amralwe ake ameharani amliye jalegbeno ye akunta mining lows mujetiricha sanemni ye shikake jawayili sanjamnie Ghana shikato ye wulue esa ekwe gold board shikawa money afomnie bemini ajio MPC meeting alohe na abo amoshishi ni ye mansesa jamni we amaniabo ihawali ake amomo polisi foi enyo ye Nigeria man je gbeno nyonshini ye mosheyi ye anti-corruption chief alo onupade
Mimonique share mo banye gbeno shane na ji na aja modo te ke fe ofiche dromo oba pe wo shane ne ke bi amli no nya wala don ke bi ni nye yike kwewo